every year we get to see a lot of things. We travel to Africa, meet with scientists. We see a lot of things that are going very well, things like reducing childhood death and producing childhood death
actually runs in the family because Bill Gates' father was on the board for Planned Parenthood, an institution whose main purpose is aborting unborn babies. Since Roe v. Wade in 1973, which was strongly supported by Good Club member David Rockefeller's brother, then governor of New York, Nelson Rockefeller, there have been 60 million abortions in the United States, 58.8 million specifically from 1973 to 2018. Then you have a third member of the Good Club who's also keeping in the family, George Soros, who him and his family have donated a combined $8 million to Planned Parenthood since 2012 alone. Funny how so many members of this club that met to discuss the problem of overpopulation have family members attached to the number one place for abortions, which again has been roughly 60 million since 1973. Now this shouldn't come as a surprise because Planned Parenthood was started by a eugenicist named Margaret Sanger. Her obsession with population control was so awful that even Planned Parenthood itself was forced to finally disavow her last year, removing her name from the Manhattan Health Center as a public commitment to reckon with the former founder's harmful connections to the eugenics movement, and also in renaming Margaret Sanger Square at the intersection of Bleecker and Mott Street in Manhattan. Sanger wrote a piece that appeared in the April 1932 issue of Birth Control Review that the government should implement forced sterilization and segregation on farmlands of morons, mental defectives, epileptics, illiterates, paupers, unemployables, criminals, prostitutes, and dope fiends. Should be given the choice of either segregation on farmlands and homesteads or sterilization, and she estimates that this is about 5 million people. In the late 30s, she then instituted an effort to bring Planned Parenthood clinics to black women in the South, in an effort that was called the Negro Project. To get ahead of possible scrutiny of this project, in 1939, Sanger wrote a letter to Clarence Gable in an effort to get a black minister to gain the trust of the black community. In this letter, she wrote, "The minister's work is also important and he should be trained, perhaps by the Federation, as to our ideals and the goals that we hope to reach. We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of the more rebellious members." So once again, amongst the elite, ways to lower the number of people on this planet is their ever-present main goal.